I am leaving a review for the soap that is supposed to help dark spot on your body. Bought mine about a month ago on the week of my birthday, which was about 2 weeks ago. Here's my face.
As I know of, there is no such thing as skin bleaching.
I'm not sick. I went back to factory reset.
Let's talk about colorism amongst Africans and the Black community in general. Is bleaching syndrome a thing? Because there's no way we're going to talk about colorism without touching on skin bleaching. Skin bleaching is a public health problem. In fact, according to World Health Organization, a whopping 77% of Nigerian women on a regular basis use skin lightening products. That's not a surprise to me as a Nigerian because this is pretty common. We also have chronic health issues that spring up from using these products. Systemic health issues like kidney disease, diabetes, leukemia, and some neurological complications. But why are women all over the world constantly risking their lives to look lighter? And is there a way forward to colorism? Anyway, we're going to talk about all of that in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hola.
Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you're just seeing this hot chocolate for the first time, hey, this is Tinuola, and right here I share valuable content. So if you like the vibe, please consider subscribing down below. Alright, the skin whitening industry is estimated to be a whopping $16 billion industry as of 2030, according to a recent article by Grandview Research. These products are mostly in forms of serums, cleansers, masks, soaps, and moisturizers. And there's been a lot of improvements in formulating these products to make them less harmful. As a dark-skinned Nigerian girl, comments about colorism always gives me the ick. Because I really don't care if you're lighter skin or darker skin. I love my dark skin. But even when you don't give two Fs, people will bring it to your face. Comments about colorism are constantly flying around in your friendship circle, in the marketplace, in your familiar circle, making you realize that being darker skin could result in being less privileged. In fact, some mothers are going to extreme measures to brighten their daughter's skin.
This is your gentle reminder to stop bleaching babies.
And colorism isn't just a problem in Africa, even though it's pretty prominent in Africa, but it's also a problem in other communities, people of color communities, like in the Asian community.
In Chinese, the saying is like 一白遮三丑. Is that if you are fair-skinned, you can be much more uglier than the girl with darker skin. You can still turn out prettier than all of them.
That's what it is.
Hi, Shah Rukh Khan.
पर लड़कियों वाली क्रीम कभी नहीं। इमामी फेयर एंड हैंडसम खास मर्दों की सख्त त्वचा के लिए इसका यूनिक 5 पावर फेयरनेस सिस्टम दे बेहतर गोरापन।
And a quick shout out to Lemmy, who is the artist that designed this hilarious cover for Fela Kuti's song Yellow Fever in 1970. Fela is a legendary artist who talked about societal issues, politics, and cultural identity through his music. And in this song, Yellow Fever, he expressed his view on skin bleaching as an example of a post-colonial cultural inferiority complex. Skin bleaching has been a public health problem that needs urgent attention. And inasmuch as governments in many countries have banned certain skin whitening products, like in South Africa, in Ghana, in Tanzania, in Kenya, in Canada, US, UK, a lot of these countries are banning these whitening products. However, it's still pretty prominent in some other countries. Like I said, Nigeria has about 77% of women using skin lightening products on a regular basis because there's systemic loopholes. And is it really a priority for the government? I suppose not. For example, here in Canada, you cannot get hydroquinone products over the counter. In fact, I had to get a prescription for that recently, and that's because hydroquinone is one of the most potent, most common ingredients in skin whitening products, and hydroquinone is a safe ingredient to some extent, but when you misuse it, you can get some adverse effects like ochronosis, which is a bluish black pigmentation of the skin due to prolonged use of hydroquinone, and it can be a lasting damage. Another potent but dangerous ingredient in some of these lightening creams and soaps is mercury. Yeah, inorganic mercury. This mercury salt prevents the formation of melanin, which is something that people who want a lighter skin want, because the less melanin you have, the lighter your skin. But mercury toxicity can cause acute symptoms like gastritis and pneumonitis. Other ingredients that are common in skin lightening products are corticosteroids, kojic acid, tretinool, and turmeric.
Okay guys, so I am covering up my face because I am leaving a review for the soap that is supposed to help dark spots on your body. I bought mine about a month ago, and I started using it on the week of my birthday, which was about 2 weeks ago. And on April the 13th, I saw that my nose area started to get really red and irritated. Me not knowing that it came from the soap. And here's my face. Here is the soap that I use. You can see that I use this one.
Ladies, just because something is labeled natural doesn't mean it's safe. Please make sure you're getting products from reputable brands. There also seems to be a blurry line with marketing these days, because sometimes these products are labeled as brightening dark spots and not necessarily lightening or whitening the skin, but we know that they kind of give almost the same result depending on the product. Not all products are like that. In some cases, these toxic ingredients are not even listed on the ingredient lists. So how do you even know exactly what you are getting? Of course, not all skin brightening ingredients are bad, but some of the harmful effects come from how the products are being formulated by the brands and how the products are being used by the customers. So when I said I use a prescribed hydroquinone, that's not for brightening or lightening my skin. It's mostly for brightening hyperpigmentation, aka dark spots. So let me quickly clarify the difference between brightening hyperpigmentation and skin whitening in this context. Brightening hyperpigmentation to improve the appearance of these dark areas of your skin, which is causing an uneven skin tone, is something that is pretty common, especially as darker skinned women. We are very prone to hyperpigmentation, especially around our knuckles, our knees, elbows. It's not a problem to have hyperpigmentation, but for aesthetic purposes, most women prefer to have an even skin tone as much as possible, because when it comes to hyperpigmentation, I have to say this, especially if it's body hyperpigmentation, it can be really difficult to eradicate. This is something that you might have to continuously prevent or treat if you don't like the aesthetic of it. And it's also advisable not to set unrealistic expectations, especially if hyperpigmentation on the body is something that is hereditary to you. Skin whitening, on the other hand, is different. This is when you lighten your skin to be as close as the white skin tone as possible. People with less information or resources typically want to achieve these results overnight, which leads to them having undesirable outcomes. But for those with more resources, money, knowledge, they tend to achieve this result over a couple of years, and the results have been quite impressive of late. You can go from your current skin tone to like 10 shades brighter, lighter, whiter. I mean, on the surface, things look good, but what's going on the inside? How much of that is affecting the internal? We don't know. Regardless of whether people admit it or not, skin bleaching in its most basic form is an attempt to conform to Eurocentric beauty standards. Trust me, women and men will go to any length to look prettier, more attractive, to tap into the societal pretty privilege hierarchy, the hierarchy that puts lighter skin on a higher pedestal than darker skin. And this is not just to attract the opposite sex, but to also attract economic opportunities. Take, for example, if a light skin and a dark skin girl goes for a job interview, let's say to become a realtor, most likely the lighter skin girl will be picked for the job just based on her skin tone. And this we see happen in different industries like entertainment industry, the banking industry, real estate, and so on and so forth. Light skin is just more marketable. And when people talk about this, that's not because they want to see themselves as victims. They are not. We collectively talk about this because we cannot pretend like it doesn't exist. Like, as a society, we need to have a better approach to colorism. Based on history, colorism used to be worse than this. And just in case you're wondering what colorism is, it's mostly, treating people of lighter skin tone better or more preferred than darker skin tone. In terms of color preference, we have it easier these days compared to years ago or centuries ago, but a lot of work still needs to be done. Just like every other isms, it's going to require many years of undoing the damage. So we need to keep trying to make our society better. One of the things that inspired this video was a comment from one of my recent videos stating that Black American women don't bleach their skin. I don't know that much about skin bleaching in the West, but I do know it's mostly from an African point of view. But I would say that skin bleaching is also common amongst Black American women. It's a people of color thing, like I said. And one thing I've noticed in this part of the world is skin bleaching has gotten a little bit more sophisticated. Like nowadays, we're seeing glutathione drips. That's part of skin bleaching. You don't realize that? It's part of it when you go take those brightening, young, youthful drips where people are getting IV lines. So either you're taking glutathione pill or you are taking it IV or you're getting it from a cream. All of that is still part of skin brightening, skin lightening, skin bleaching industry. Although I do want to say that I believe it's more common in Africa than within the Black American community, but it's still what it is. People are bleaching their skin. But let me know if I'm wrong. And out of curiosity, I just want to know, for anyone who has experienced like massive skin bleaching, how do you find it? Do you feel like you get more opportunities now? Do you feel like people treat you better? Or are you considering going back to factory resets?
People that met me when I was like this, whenever they see me now, the next thing is, are you sick? I'm not sick. I went back to factory reset.
Okay, this is not about picking on anyone. That's not what this video is about, because most of us actually, at some point, we've used skin brightening products, including me. I have, yes. And when I used this, within a week, my skin was almost 2 shades lighter. I had to stop it because I wasn't trying to, brighten or whiten my skin. I was trying to clear my dark spots, my hyperpigmentation. But I noticed that it wasn't really giving me the result I wanted. So if you're watching this and you've been on this skin whitening, brightening thing, it's never too late to stop, especially if you're using these things chronically for like a very long period of time, because even on the surface, if it looks good, it might be affecting you internally. But that's just my opinion. Personally, I've grown to love and embrace my skin. My skin tone can never stop me from maximizing my potentials. In fact, it was designed to work for my good. And as human, we have many layers to ourselves. So the right opportunities will always come to me. That's just what I believe. And wow, I think that's an affirmation. Write it down. I know the girlies don't like bringing men into this conversation. But we cannot pretend that men don't have a role in this, because they do. So quick disclaimer, this might sound controversial, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. It almost seems like Black men associate lighter skinned women with softness, soft life, or better life, while darker skin is expected to be stronger, more enduring, resilient, or the perfect fit for the hustle phase, the starter wife. We commonly see dark-skinned men, after they've attained a higher wealth status, divorce their wives and marry a lighter-skinned girl as their trophy wife, their perfect dream girl, which means if you subscribe to the baby girl lifestyle and mindsets, and you have the goal of marrying a wealthy man down the line, years to come, perhaps brightening your skin could drastically improve your chances. But let's be real, the value of a person is not determined by their skin tone. As a hot chocolate girl, I genuinely believe that either you're light skin tone or dark skin tone, everyone's beautiful. And there's a reason why we have different shades and shapes and features, because diversity, baby, is the beauty of life. And if you like to enhance your natural beauty, you can always do so through safe and informed practices instead of going to the extreme, which is why I shared this this glow up guide with you guys. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check out that video on how to enhance your natural beauty and glow up. So click on this video and grab your free glow up guide. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching so far, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in this next video. But until then, keep shining. Bye.